everyone, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time joining, thank you. If you are a previous subscriber or you're coming from a previous video on my channel, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be continuing on with the Calico Cats quilt. And depending on how the time goes, we will do more than one step. We're going to continue on with the block construction, and we are on step 5, and it's block A construction, and we're going to go ahead and move along with that. But first, if you have not seen any of the previous videos, please go to those videos, because the very first video is going to tell you all your fabric requirements and how to cut all your fabric. There are a few little different things in the video that I have done, such as these two blocks. These are the two blocks for the, let me show you, for the darker background squares, like this one here and this one. And instead of using the light fabric that they say, I used my background fabric, because my blocks I cut from yardage. So since I'm using pinks and greens, I have done one block green and one block pink. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and continue on with block A construction. And what you're going to do is you're going to select 22 of your 5-inch print squares, and you're going to sew those together in pairs. So I am going to first move on to the next step so I can determine which blocks I will be using. And the reason why I'm doing that is because on every other square I rotated my green and pink. So where the green's on the left side on this one, green on this one. So the green is on the right on this one and the pink on the left. So on these particular blocks, I would want to then do the green on the right, or I'm sorry, the green on the left and the pink on the right. Okay, so what the directions tell you to do is you're going to select 4 left-facing cats. So these are our left-facing blocks. And I'm just going to, we'll take that one. Let's go down one, down a couple. Get that one, 2. We'll go ahead and take the next one, 3. And we'll take this one. Okay, so you're going to take 4. It says to take 4 of your left casing, excuse me, 4 of your left facing cats. So we have the 4 here. I'm going to set the rest aside. Then you're going to take 5 right facing cats, and we're just going to 1, 2, and there is Luna, the crafty kitty. Can you move, please? Thank you. Okay, so we got 1, 2 of the right facing, 3, 4, and let's go ahead and do this one, 5. Okay, then we're going to put the rest of those aside. And then it also tells you to include your 2 cats with the accent background pieces. So that's what these ones will be. Okay, like so. And if you're doing your blocks like how I did here with my background fabric, you will have to cut some additional white 5-inch squares. Okay, and I have those also here. And let me pick up our blocks here. So these ones are the ones that are going to be moved aside for now. Those are there. And this is where I have some of my additional white squares cut. So these will be included in my 22 squares, where it tells you to take 22 of the white, or I'm sorry, 22 of the 5-inch print squares. So that's for that part. And when it tells you that you're going to select 4 left-facing cats and 5 of the right-facing cats, at the end of it tells you you're going to be making 11 blocks. So where it says in the directions, including the 2 cats with the accent background pieces, so that's what those 2 blocks are going to give you, the 11. So you got the 4, the 5, and then those 2. So that will give you your 11 squares that this step tells you. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take those 5-inch squares and we're going to sew them together in pairs. So first what I'm going to do with these, I already know that those are going to be white. What I want to do is I want to kind of like audition my blocks together, and that way I know my colors will be okay with those. So this one was a ribbon one, so I'm going to do, let's see, I think I want to do a solid. So I have quite a few of the solid ones left, so I'll probably be doing a lot of the solid colors as well. So for this block, I'll do a solid, and for the pink side on this one, I'm going to do a polka dot. So that'll be that block. And then for the next one, I'm going to addition that one also, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to do all that, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have picked my 2 5-inch squares to go with each block. That way I know I'm not repeating any of the squares on some of them. So I have went ahead and done that. So I'm going to lay them in order to what I have them stacked. And I'm going to move this stuff aside. So this will be my first one. And this is just a good way, just a little bit of, it may take a little bit longer, but it's just a way to kind of like help pick your colors. So you're not repeating anything, especially if you're doing blocks like these. I have found if I don't do that on some quilts, I repeat stuff. And then I have to take stuff apart. So I'm just laying the colors out with according to what my block is. So when I sew it, I'll know, I'll lay them back in order again. So I know which one goes with which. And it's just a good thing to do. I mean, you don't have to. It's just one of the ways that I've found that help me so I don't have to repeat work later, if that makes sense. Okay, so I have my blocks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and here is 10 and 11. So we're going to go ahead and do the white ones first and just get those taken care of. And I'm just going to sew those blocks together, the 2 5-inch squares together, and then when I get all that done, I will come back and show you our next step. Okay, so I have all of the 5-inch squares sewn together, the 2 sewn together. So for these first 2 blocks, it's not going to matter which way I press my seams because they're not really directional, and you want to really make sure that you check which way you're going to press your seams so you can nest your seams. And those two are for those. So on our first block, I have them laying out according to how I auditioned them. So I want to double check and make sure that my seams, when I press them, are going to be able to be nested. So on this first block, my seam is going to the right. So I want to take my piece, and I know that since the green is on this side, I want the pink to be on this side. And my seam is going to the right, so I know I need this next seam to go to the left. So I'm just going to go ahead and press that one. Make sure that one's good. So that one is good. And I'll just lay it there. And so you're going to do that with all of your blocks. And then when I have all those sewn or pressed, I will be right back. Okay, so I have all of my pieces pressed, and the seams are going in the opposite direction, and I've laid each piece with each block that it's going to go with. What your next step is going to be is you are going to take your pairs and you're going to sew them to the block so it will look like so. So you'll have 4. Okay. So we're going to get to that, and I will sew those, and I will be right back. Okay. So I have all of our 2 pieces sewn to the blocks, and I've pressed them all, and I will show you those now. So we have our where the 2 blocks are, where the backgrounds are dark. And again, since my colors were pinks and greens, we have one that is pink. So kind of have a nice white kitty. We have one that is green. And this is the next one. And I know some people are going to say that this green does not go with the other greens, but it helps tie in all the shades together with the greens that are in the roses. So there's that one. And we're going to have quite a few blocks that are the solid green, just because I ran out of the other colors and I had to kind of make up other blocks through yardage. Since the green fabrics were fat quarters, I just did not have quite enough. But that's okay. This quilt is for me, and I don't mind at all. There we go. And I have shared these blocks with a couple of the quilting groups. I belong on Facebook, and everybody has been giving me really great, amazing feedback that they really love these fabrics together. And I kind of said in one of the first video or the second video, I wasn't sure if I liked the fabrics for this particular pattern, but over time I've kind of grown to really like them. So there's that one. And I've tried to kind of include one of the rose fabrics in each block if possible. So you can see that one here, again here, and whether it's going to be ears or one of the other blocks in it. This one has it twice, so the ears, the cat, and this one. I really like this one. I like how this one turned out. And that is it for step 5 on these blocks. We're going to go ahead and progress on to step 6, and I think these ones are going to be really fun. So this is where our flying geese pieces are going to come in. So you're going to take the remainder of your blocks, and it says that there is going to be a couple variations of this block, and I'll show you that in just a moment. And it says 4 of our blocks are going to have flying geese above a right-facing cat, and 5 of our blocks are going to have flying geese below a left-facing cat. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the right facing cats. I don't know why that's such a tongue twister to me. So right facing cats, left facing cats. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our flying geese, and for the right facing ones, 4 of our blocks for the flying geese that will be on the top, just like so. And then the left facing geese will have along the bottom portion, like so. Okay, and what you're going to do when you sew these, the flying geese have a lot of kind of stretch to them, as you can see. And what you're going to want to do when you are sewing these is you're going to want to take the middle seam, so 1, 2, 3, you're going to want to take the middle seam and line it up to the middle seam on your block. That way you know. So if you have to, let's see, and not all the flying geese are facing the right direction. So for the, let's see, for the right facing cats, you will be facing your flying geese to the right, like so. Then for our left facing cats, you're going to have the flying geese facing to the left. Okay, so I'm going to sew those, and then when those are all completed, I will be right back. Okay, so I have all of our flying geese sewn, and I'm going to show you what those blocks look like. We're going to start with the right facing blocks, and you were going to sew 4 of the right facing cats with the flying geese pointing to the right. So there's my first one. Then we have the second one. And I went ahead and pressed the seams. I do need to clip a few threads here and there. And then we have 3. This one is a little, you can see it's kind of a little wonky, but when I sew on the trim, I think that'll fix that up quite well. And there's our 4th right facing cat. And that one looks really cute. I like that one. And now to our left facing cat with our flying geese pointing to the left. There's 1, 2, and 3. And 4, and 5. Okay, so for this portion of the video, we are finished. Just a recap over everything we covered. We did our step 5, where we took our 5-inch blocks, joined them together, and then sewn them to, we did 4 left facing cats. So there are our 4. We did 5 right facing cats. And then we also did our 2 blocks that have our the background in the solid color. And again, since I did the pink and my greens, I did one in pink and one in green. So, and we have white cats. And these may blend in when I do my borders, because my borders are, and this is my background fabric, but maybe they'll be ghost cats, who knows. Okay, so we have that portion finished, and then our step 6 was to take our flying geese, and as you know, 4 of them were right-facing cats with our flying geese pointing to the right. 5 of them were our left-facing cats with our flying geese pointed to the left. And for this portion of the video, we are finished. In our next video, I will be starting the sashing, and I will show you how to cut the sashing, and then we will do that. And folks, we are getting really close to the end of this quilt. It has actually gone really quick to assemble it, but I have broken all the steps up into different videos, so each video covers basically each step. So our next one will, like I said, will be the sashing. Then depending on how the length of that video goes, the next one will probably be the arranging and sewing of the blocks, and then inner borders, and then the last thing will be outer borders, and I think we may have 3 more videos, or possibly only 2, and then that one the very last one will be quilting and binding the video. Quilting will definitely be one video all on its own, because I have ordered something, and it is going to hopefully make quilting this quilt really super fun. And I ordered that, and I'm supposed to get that item in on Friday, and it is a really big deal for me. It's going to be a game changer on me getting quilts out quicker, because I am absolutely horrible at free motion quilting. So that will be a really super fun video. Let me clean up a little bit of my threads. And please, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. That lets me know that you appreciate these videos, and it gives me the encouragement to keep coming back and making these videos for you guys. If you haven't given it a thumbs up, please hit that thumbs up button. Also, that lets me know that you like the video. If you have any questions, please comment down below. If you have any suggestions, also comment down below. I'm getting really excited for the end of this quilt, because what I have purchased is going to be super exciting for me, hopefully for you all as well. And we will see you all in the next video. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.